In this video, we're given a sequence in expanded form, so it's just a list of numbers. And what we want to do is recognize all the patterns that are happening in there and get an explicit formula for the sequence. So that's an AN, some function of n that's going to generate the terms of this sequence when we sub in n equals 1, 2, 3, and so on. So we look at our original sequence, and I notice, first of all, it has alternating signs. So it's changing between negative and positive with each term. And we should be able to handle that with a -1 to the n. If I sub in n equals 1 to that, I get a negative. If I sub in n equals 2, I get -1 squared, which is positive. N equals 3 gives me a negative again, and so on. So writing it as -1 to the n, provided that we're starting at n equals 1, gives me all the correct signs. Next, I notice in my numerators that I have 2, 4, 8, and 16, and these are just successive powers of 2. I should be able to handle that with a 2 to the n. If I sub in n equals 1, it gives me 2, n equals 2 gives me 4, n equals 3 gives me 8, and so on. Now my denominator is a little bit tricky. I notice that I'm starting at 5, and then I bounce up by 2 every time n increases by 1. That's an arithmetic sequence, and we can handle this by writing it as a 2n plus 3. If I sub in n equals 1, I get 5. If I sub in n equals 2, I get 7, n equals 3 gives me 9, and so on. So there's my explicit formula for the sequence, and if I write it in this bracket notation, just to indicate this thing started at n equals 1, and now if we start subbing in n's into this formula, it's going to generate all the terms that we're looking at in the expanded form, and we're done. If you enjoyed this video, or at least found it useful, check out another one by clicking one of the links on the left, or click the Zach's Lab logo on the right to explore dozens of physics and math playlists. As always, you can leave your questions, comments, and requests in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Thanks for watching Zach's Lab, and best of luck on your math and physics journey.